Although his dynamic voice may have been silenced, Dr. King's powerful influence continued to be felt across geographical and generational boundaries.
On July 17, 1960, we were jailed trying to use the public library. July 17, 1960. It stands out in my mind because July 17, 1984, 24 years to the day I was addressing the Democratic Convention in San Francisco. So from the jail cell to the platform at that convention was 24 years to the day.
I read Malcolm X, but I also read Martin Luther King. And you understand that one benefited the other. There's always the yin and the yang in the politic of cultures and developing countries. And ours is a developing country. We're just coming to the point where we're going to have leaders of state, a la Colin Powell, that heretofore people wouldn't even imagine.
It takes pressure, it takes marching, it takes demonstrating, it takes those forces that make a democracy work. But the fact that we could go from 1963, where I can't get a hamburger in a southern restaurant, to 1989, where I become chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and it was with that year or the next year that I went back to that same community and had a street named in my honor, that's remarkable progress. Remarkable progress. Few nations on the face of the earth could make progress like that with that kind of a social, racial, ethnic, you call it, problem. We should be very proud of what we're able to do. The danger is thinking it's all done.
I've known Marlon Brando for a long time, since 1951, when we were really in the heat of serious battlefields with a lot of other, hundreds of thousands of other people in America. And he said to me a couple of years ago, he says, I can't believe after all the crap we went through in the 50s and 60s and 40s, you know, that here it's in 1998, almost 1999, that in some ways is worse than it ever was before.
White is not a small factor in how we see African policy. It's still Tarzan Jane boy versus the natives. That's how basic African policy orientation. It's still cowboys and Indians. It's still Hispanics and the sombrero and the siesta under the tree. I mean, so much of the negative garbage that is separate Americans from Americans has come in the form of entertainment. The headquarters has been Hollywood and not Washington.
And we're still sort of participating in it in here and in here. And until we can eradicate it from in here and in here, we'll continue to act out and play out those roles that took us generations to sort of create.
There's all types of entertainment, but you are making a statement when you say that this group of people can only represent this percentage of entertainment. That's a problem.
I don't think America is comfortable with black folks being just normal people with the everyday kind of problems that everybody else deals with.
The civil rights movement, you know, which should truly be our breast milk. That's what we should have been, that's what we were nurtured on. That should be so a part of us that, you know what, if it's going to take months and months and years, we're going to do that.
America may have many, many days, but they will be full of trouble. There will be no rest. There will be no tranquility in this country until the nation comes to terms with our problems.
But civil rights are clearly, I think, one of the top priorities that has to be dealt with in this country, because the ethnic diversification in this country is getting bigger and bigger and bigger every day. It is, you know. It's not just about black and white anymore. You know, it's Hispanic, it's Asian. You know, it is the melting pot, and that's what America was supposed to be proud of. But we better live up to our promise.
I often say, as I look back, that against such great odds, we've made progress. And some people become cynical because there's yet more territory to cover. To put it this way, we've won everything we fought for, but don't have what we need.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., man of peace in a time of war, and for all time.
I have a dream